Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Before you watch the rest of this video, please make sure you subscribe and also hit that little bell so that you can get notifications when I'm posting. So my goal over the next 6 months is to do a long video every 30 days to inform you guys about my Crohn's disease journey and also me getting into the best shape of my life before I turn 40 in January. So those of you that are new to my page, in December of last year, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Later on, I'm gonna put up a video describing more of what Crohn's disease is, but I wanna give an insight that you can still live a normal life, still be able to train regularly, body build, whatever your fitness goal may be. There just may be a little bit of hurdles in the road along the way. But I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease December of last year, and my weight had dropped all the way down to 128. I'm currently 166 starting this fitness journey, so I'm feeling a lot better. But I know over the course of the next 6 months, I'll have some hurdles in the road and I'll probably have some flare-ups, but I'm totally fine with that. Crohn's disease, although you may go into remission, it can come back. So on that note, let me tell you a little bit about my journey. I would say probably around maybe August of 2022, I started to use the bathroom a lot more. And on occasions, I would use the bathroom, like pooping, 6 times a day. And for me, 6 times a day is a lot. I generally go 2 to 3 times per day, and that's a safe thing to do. But I had multiple days where I was going 6 times in a row. So I went ahead and scheduled an appointment with a doctor, a gastric doctor. And because of my family history with irritable bowel disease, she recommended that I get a colonoscopy. So for several months, I went back and forth with my insurance trying to get it approved. But the only way they would approve me to do a colonoscopy is if I were 40 with family history, because I believe you have to be 45 for most insurances to start your colonoscopy, which I think is ridiculous. So I went back and forth for months with my insurance and I ended up not getting approved. So I ended up just paying out of pocket to get my colonoscopy. And in December, when I went and got my colonoscopy, they take the little scope and they look up you. My doctor had issues with getting to my small intestines. So from there, she recommended that I get a CT scan. And on my CT scan, my doctor was able to see a little bit of inflammation in my small intestines, about 6 inches of it. And everybody knows the small intestines is over probably 30 feet long. So I had about 6 inches of my small intestines, the part that connects to your large intestines. I had some inflammation in there, and that's what's causing me to use the bathroom a lot. And many people with Crohn's disease, some of you probably watching, we all have different experiences. And even when I go in every 8 weeks for my infusions, I talk to people of all ages, from little kids all the way up to 80-year-olds. And we all have different experiences with Crohn's disease. I feel a little bit more blessed because some of the people that I talk to, they have Crohn's, but they have issues on going to the bathroom. So they get backed up, and a lot of them have had surgeries to get parts of the small intestines removed. So luckily, my issue was going to the bathroom a lot, but that causes a lot of weight loss. So for me, some of the things that I've been experiencing on my journey thus far and prior to knowing that I had Crohn's disease was, number one, weight loss. So I could eat anything I wanted. In general, I eat pretty healthier than the normal individual. I always remained lean. But then when I got that flare up in December, I had lost over 30 pounds. And that's when I was like, okay, I got to really tap into what is not good for me. So a few things that I know so far, I can't eat an abundance of spicy foods. If I eat a ton of spicy foods, it's going to send me to the bathroom. So I can't do that. Soy products, anything that's very dairy heavy. I can do a cookie or a piece of cake every now and then, but it can't be like I have 3 cookies, because if I have 3 cookies, maybe an hour or two, the next day I'll probably be in a flare up. And although I've been okay since I would say February of this year. I've had some moments that I've been in flare-ups, but the flare-ups have been more so of, let me just kick it out of your system and get over it, versus when I had my first flare-up, it was probably 6 to 8 weeks long of me trying to control not going to the bathroom, and I didn't want to do that again. So fast forward to this year, I thought about, you know what? Let me document my journey, because I know so many more people are going through this, because when I shared my story on Instagram, a lot of people reached out to me and they told me about their IBS issues or IBD issues, Crohn's disease, colitis. So I was like, you know what? Let me document this, because there is a way to get better, but you have to be willing to improve, especially be willing to improve your diet. And the only way of knowing what works well for you is doing like process of elimination. I don't know why my nose is itching, but doing process of elimination diet. And then once you figure out what works, to stick to that. For me, I know it was a little bit of what I ate and foods that I have to stay away from, but I also know because I was overworked, I think my body was just under so much stress. So now I'm not overworking. I was working like 12 to 14 hour days trying to keep my business open, because I opened my gym, VFit, January of 2020. And then I closed in March of 2020 and reopened in June. So basically for the last 3 years, I was hustling, because I knew at the end of 2022, I had to pay double my rent, because my property managers charged me for those months I was closed during the pandemic. They added that on to the back end of my lease. So that was very stressful. I basically was working to keep my business open. So fast forward, I'm not working as much. I'm trying to keep everything under control. Those 14-hour days no longer exist anymore, and they probably won't ever exist ever again, because it's just not worth it. So the biggest thing is keeping my body out of stress. I'm doing things like ginger shots, turmeric shots, and these are things that I was doing before, but I think because of the family history and because my body was under a lot of stress, it kicked into gear just like that. So basically over the next 6 months, I'm going to be giving you guys an opportunity to see what I'm going through. So this week was my very first week. Later on, I'll be sharing progress photos and all that good stuff. But my goal over the next 6 months is to keep my weight the same, but increase muscle and drop body fat. So ideally, my goal weight would probably be 168. So if I gain a couple of pounds, but able to get my body fat down, that'll be great. And I'm sure most people that know me are like, V, you're already in shape, you're really lean. But this is just gonna kind of kickstart a campaign for me, because I know a lot of people are battling irritable bowel disease or IBS. They just don't talk about it. People are embarrassed about talking about pooping issues, and pooping is perfectly normal. If you're somebody that is only pooping twice a week, you may have an issue there. I would see your doctor. You may be backed up. But hopefully some of the things that I share over the next 6 months will help some of you on your journey. But please remember, please subscribe and turn on those notifications, and follow my journey over the next 6 months. Thank you.